Many people use chainsaws for cutting wood, whether it's cleaning up some brush around the place, cutting some firewood for the winter, or harvesting timber for money. They're designed to be very efficient, fast cutting machines, and obviously, if used properly, are very beneficial. But if used improperly, they can cause devastating damage to the operator and bystanders. According to a 1999 U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission report, over 28,500 accidents were reported due to chainsaw accidents. That means you're over 30 times more likely to be hurt by a chainsaw than an airplane. However, over half of those could have been avoided by simply following proper safety techniques. Today, I want to show you an area of chainsaw safety that many people overlook, and that is starting the saw. I have here a Husqvarna 51, which is a great saw for general duty, like around the farm, cleaning up brush, cutting firewood, or harvesting timber. Before I start with the proper technique, I want to show you some things that I've seen that are obviously very problematic for safety. Now, I'm not going to be going over how to start the saw because that varies by make and model. So the thing we're focusing on here today is proper technique. First one that is unsafe is what I call throwing the saw. The operator holds the saw in one hand by the throttle handle and simply throws the saw at the ground while pulling. Obviously, you only have one hand of the saw. The saw can go anywhere, who knows where. Into your leg, into your toe, at the very least into the ground, which will dull your chain. Also, you notice the rope is coming out at an angle, which is going to fray it, and eventually tear, and you'll have a fist in your face probably. The next one is called drop starting, slightly safer, and the people that use it like to say that it makes saw starting easier because the momentum of the saw is helping you pull the rope. But here again, the saw is moving, not safe. So it's like simply like this. Very, very unsafe. So, how are we going to safely start this thing? Well, before we even do that, we need to make sure that everything looks proper. Nothing's broken. Check the chain tension. This one's a little loose, but it'll work. It's okay. The next thing is to make sure your chain brake still works. So I turned it off and turned it on. So now we know the chain won't go when we have it started. One technique that you will probably see in your owner's manual is starting on the ground, which these have a wide foot so you can stick your foot in. This is on the ground, you won't be able to see it very well, and simply pulling. Now I don't like this technique because, for one, when you're in the woods, the ground is never level. You'll have your bar in the dirt, and my dad even wrenched his back this way because he was down like this and, I don't know, did something funny. So, the one I want to show you is, in fact, so safe that I'm going to do it from the top of this stool. Now don't worry, I'm not going to start the saw because of environmental concerns. Okay, the saw is firmly gripped in one hand, your thumb is covering your fingers so it doesn't slip out of your hand. Simply take the throttle handle, pinch it between your legs, and those of you over here can see that the rope is going to come straight out of the saw, which won't fray it. So all you need to do is do some quick pulls until it starts. Okay, very simple. One hand on the bar, thumb gripped over your fingers, throttle handle pinched between your legs, right hand firmly on the pull rope. It's that simple. So, a few simple steps make chainsaw operation fun and safe, the way it was meant to be. So, be safe. Don't be a statistic.